Hello and welcome to this special Christmas robin watercolor tutorial filmed on the 24th of December 2024, so it's a real Christmassy tutorial. So I hope you've got a nice mug of eggnog or whatever tickles your fancy, some hot chocolate if you're in the northern hemisphere. I'm in the southern hemisphere, so I've just got a really cold water next to me. It's really hot today. Okay, so there you can see I have been outlining my robin, and I'm going to put in a branch there because he's going to be sitting on a branch that's got some snow on it. There's also going to be some snowfall in the background. There we go. So I'm doing little circles because we're going to have to paint around that. I'm not using masking fluid because this is fairly simple to do without having to mask off the area that we want to leave white. And there we go. A little bit more snowdrops. Now to add some color, I'm going to start with the sort of grayish brown color of the robin's wings and back and the top of his head, of course. Nice and loose and watery, hence the watercolor. But yeah, like I said, I'm actually an acrylic artist, but I do like to dabble in the watercolor because I find it so freeing, and it's just so, I don't know, I just like the way things blend, and you know, the more water you use, the nicer the blending is and the effect of the watercolor. So you can see I'm going in there with the darker colors, leaving a little bit of white just for some emphasis and highlights. I hope you're getting into the Christmas spirit and that you arrived at your destination if you are traveling, and I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and festive season. There I'm going in with a light watered down red for the feet and claws. Funny, that's one thing I always dread when I'm doing birds, is the claws and the feet. I find that so difficult. I don't know about you, if you've ever painted birds, do you also find the claws difficult? Because I really do. No matter how many I paint, it's always like okay, so I've gone in there and done the beak and the eye in black, putting in some shadow work there in the feet, claws. Do you call them feet or claws or both? I don't know. We'll call them tootsies from now on. And there's the beautiful orange of his breast is going in. So there I used orange watercolor and a bit of yellow. There I also mixed it with a bit of white to get that sort of peachy color. Oh, and I just went over the white snowdrop. What an idiot. Okay, so we lost a snowdrop there. Putting in a little bit more definition there on the beak. So like I was saying before, used a nice bright orange for his breast and some yellow just to give it some different tones. Added a bit of white. Here I'm going in with some brown, obviously leaving the snow on the branch white. And later on I'm going to do something that I always kind of do with my watercolors because I like doing it, is going in with a black pen. So I'm going to show you what it looks like once the watercolor's done, and then I'm going to go in with some black pen and do some definition, and you can decide whether you prefer just the plain watercolor or if you actually prefer the version where it's gone over with black pen. Okay, putting some more darker definition in there, making my little robin stand out. I do find it so rewarding working with watercolor. It's like such a simple thing, and just letting it do its own thing. I know I say that a lot, but I really love it because I've been getting more into the watercolor recently, doing these tutorials, and so it's been a nice break from the acrylic, and just using a different medium can really kind of revive your creativity, if you want to put it that way. Okay, so there I'm going in with like a very muddied blue. I've mixed blue with a little bit of brown, just to give it that sort of stormy background look, you know, like the snowstorm. Don't forget to paint around those snowdrops. Like I said before, we didn't use masking fluid. Yeah, you can use masking fluid obviously if you want to, but I decided I was going to go in raw and wriggling. Okay. So yeah, it's also like helpful to go in with a little bit, if you wet the background first and then go in with this color. It makes it spread nicely and just blend much easier. In fact, some people would have done the background first. I'm kind of scolding myself here because normally I do the background first, but I suppose it doesn't matter. I think it would just be easier if you did the background first, to be honest. And it's coming along. So let me know in the comments below, where in the world are you, and what do you do over the festive season? What's your traditions? I'd love to hear from you. For us here in the south, I'm in South Africa, it's basically spending the day in the pool and having barbecues. So yeah, it's a little bit of a different scenario in the south. I wish we had snow. Like I'm painting here. I have experienced white Christmases though. My husband and I, we did used to live in England. We lived there for 3 years, so we did get cold Christmas, and we did eventually experience snow and making snowmen around Christmas time. It was lovely. I love it. Okay, so here I'm going in with the pen. I'm actually just using a ballpoint pen here. You can obviously use like a fine liner or anything like that. And it's just a black pen, so I'm just sort of going in with squiggly wigglies, very loose again, just really giving the feathers a little bit of definition, the outlining some definition, you know, his fuzzy bits on his chest. But I like using pen over watercolor. I think it gives it such a lovely effect. There we go, there's the fuzzy bits. Doing some cross hatching there by the beak. Very loose, nothing too daunting here. It's Christmas after all. You don't want to have to do anything too taxing. So there we go. Giving him a little bit more furry, fuzziness. And I think he's taking shape. Going in with a little more definition on his legs and his tootsies. Claws, feet, whatever. I think we'll have to call this the Tootsie Robin. A little bit more definition in the snow there. Giving it a bit of shadow. Making it stand out a bit more. Giving those branches some definition as well. Some grain. And there you have it. What do you think? Do you prefer just the plain watercolor, or do you prefer the one with the inking? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Have a wonderful festive season. See you in the next video. Bye.